Even though opportunities don't always come the way I want them to come, I feel like, if I stick with it, I'll see the results of my passion. Growing up for me was something that was pretty easy because I grew up with a very musical background. My dad played the guitar, my grandmother was a singer, a lot of my uncles played the guitar as well, so I was around music all the time. My dad used to love listening to Earth, Wind & Fire and groups like that, and my mom, she was raising us up in the church where we were singing and clapping all the time. So I started to become creative through those outlets. I started to join a choir and I started to sing when my dad was in the house playing the guitar. And from that, I eventually branched off and started, getting my own little cassette tapes and recording funny songs with my sister. And that just carried on to my life now today. When I first started college, I was at the worst time in my life where I was transitioning churches and I was going through a really hard time because I didn't necessarily know if I wanted to be a Christian anymore, be saved anymore. I was in college, so I was like, maybe I want to experience the college life a little bit and, kind of move that part of my life to the side. I was very hurt in the church and I felt like everybody was hypocrites. And I remember I was in the piano room of my school and I just started playing around in the piano and, coming up with different melodies. And I was just feeling really depressed because I felt like, I want to make this change, but I don't know how the people around me are gonna think, what they're gonna think about it or what they're gonna say. And I wanted God to be able to kind of, if I was supposed to still go that route, keep me as close to Him as possible, even when I'm not even following Him. I know that may sound a little crazy, but the reality was that I wanted to do my thing, but I wanted to still be able to grab onto God at any point. And I just wrote a song, Keep Me Close So I Could Find You. Just in case I stray away, I want to be able to know exactly where you are to get back on track. Nobody will never really hear the story behind the song unless they watch me in an interview or they sit down and hear me talk. So does the story really matter? No. I think that the message in the song matters even more. And maybe people don't know how I got to that conclusion, but it's just about what you take from it. Nobody has to necessarily go through what I went through or have the same experience as me to get something out of the music. I think the music just speaks for itself. So I believe if somebody makes great music, it doesn't matter who they are. We become intrigued in these people's lives because we're attached to the celebrity of them, or we want to know details about their lives, but I would love to be a group like Daft Punk and wear a mask and people never see my face, but just know that my music is impacting. Now I believe that is what the music industry should be. We get more caught up in people's lives and less about what the music is saying. Back in the days where it was just radio. But if I could just exclude me from the equation more and make the music matter even more. Not that I wouldn't want to perform my music or anything, I would, but I would want to get to the point to where the music is the only thing that matters. So every song, every title, every line, even every harmony is telling a story that I couldn't even sit down and tell you. And I want that to be something that matters more than anything else. My name is Bryan Wallace, and I am a singer-songwriter.